Emma didn't like talking in front of people, not in class, not during lunch, and definitely not on stage. She preferred quiet corners, books with soft pages, and humming songs only she could hear. Her voice always felt too small, like it would float away before anyone really heard it. So when her teacher, Miss Ray, announced the school would be putting on a play and every student would have a part, Emma's stomach twisted into knots. She whispered to herself, "Please let me be a tree or a rock or maybe a rock behind a tree." But when the roles were assigned, Emma wasn't cast as a silent tree or background rock. She had 3 lines, out loud, on stage, with a spotlight. At home, Emma sat on the edge of her bed, holding the crumpled script. Her little brother popped his head in. "Are you gonna be famous?" he asked. Emma gave a tight smile. "I'm gonna be quiet." She practiced in her room, reading her lines so softly even her goldfish couldn't hear. In class rehearsals, she kept her eyes on the page and her voice barely above a whisper. Some classmates didn't notice, but Emma did. So did Miss Ray. One afternoon, after rehearsal, Miss Ray sat beside her. "Do you know what courage sounds like, Emma?" Emma shook her head, her fingers tightening around the script. "It doesn't have to be loud," Miss Ray said, her voice gentle. "Sometimes it starts as a whisper and grows." Emma looked down. "What if I mess up?" "Then you take a breath and keep going," Miss Ray said. "That's what makes it brave." That evening at home, Emma sat across from her mum at dinner, barely touching her mashed potatoes. "Stage nerves?" her mum asked gently. Emma nodded. "I used to hate giving presentations at work," her mum said with a grin. "I thought everyone would laugh or roll their eyes." Emma blinked. "Did they?" "Maybe once, but I kept going. And now, I talk in front of people all the time." Emma looked at her plate. "I don't think I can." Her mum reached across the table and held her hand. "Then do it scared. That's still brave." The night of the play arrived. The curtains rippled like waves. Parents filled the seats, their murmurs buzzing like bees. Backstage, Emma's hands trembled. Her script had creases from all the times she'd folded and unfolded it. "Remember," Miss Ray whispered, "you don't have to be loud. Just be you." The play began. Emma peeked out from behind the curtain. The stage lights beamed down like giant suns. Her heart pounded in her chest like a drum. Then came her scene. Her feet moved on their own, slow and shaky. She stepped into the spotlight. She could feel every eye. She could hear every breath. Her hands trembled. Her mouth felt dry. She looked out. Her parents smiled from the front row. Ms. Ray gave the tiniest nod from the wings. She looked down at her script, then let it go. Her first line floated out, soft but steady. A pause, then her second. Her third line came with a smile she didn't plan. The audience was quiet, but not because they couldn't hear, because they were listening. After the show, her classmates clapped her on the back. "You were amazing. I didn't know you had it in you." A girl she barely talked to said, "You sounded like yourself." I liked it. At home, her little brother jumped into her arms. "You weren't quiet," Emma laughed. "I was still me, just turned up a little." The next day at school, Emma felt lighter. She raised her hand in class. Only once, but she did. She hummed her favorite song a little louder. And when Miss Ray asked who wanted to read aloud in the next rehearsal, Emma didn't hide her eyes. Because something had shifted. The spotlight hadn't burned her. It had warmed her. She learned that courage doesn't mean not feeling scared. It means showing up anyway. Even when your voice shakes. Even when your hands tremble. Especially then. And you? When was the last time you did something brave, even with a shaky voice?